What's good, everyone? We're here to talk about playing catch, one of our most fun things to do with a disc or a frisbee. Gosh, every time we go do it, I just feel like I smile. We chase down discs. We don't always play catch.
We're not always great at it, but that's the point, right?
It's helping us get better not only by playing catch, but it's also helping us get better with our disc golf games. So anytime we go out, we always have a disc with us.
Every time.
Yes.
If we're going on a walk, if we're going to a park, if we're going to the beach, if we're going out when we don't know where we're going to end up, we always tend to have usually a bite on us at all times,
Always.
or at least a putter.
And we are here in the lovely Dominican Republic, and we knew that we were going to want to throw some frisbees while we're here, so we thought the perfect idea was to kind of explain why we play catch, how we play catch, the things that we think about when playing catch to get to apply it to our disc golf games or just to have fun with it.
Yeah, and there's so many benefits to playing catch that might not come to mind right away, but frankly, just playing catch has completely changed my disc golf game. So we're going to tell you a little bit about what we've learned from playing catch and why we think everyone should do it.
So one of the first things that we like to do when it comes to playing catch, we mentioned the bite. That is our go-to. Latitude 64 bite. It's hard to find. We also have a beetle, which is also a little bit more understable, but more like a frisbee, if you will, and has great glide, really easy to catch and play with. But we will also bring out some putters.
Our deputy, very straight.
And one of the best parts about throwing actual putters is I feel like it gets you, these are better to play catch with before a tournament, where just playing catch in general, we really like the beetle or the bite because they have a lot more application.
And this is new.
This is the Divergent Alphas, and it's a
I've never thrown anything like it.
unique disc, super soft, has a pretty firm rim on the outside, but still great to play catch with. It's a little bit understable in flight, but has a little bit of fade at the end, so you can really work your angles. So the best part about having this, the complexity of the discs and the different discs, is this is helping teach us how to work different angles. And one thing I mainly focus on when playing catch is working on my approaches. So understanding how to maybe air bounce an approach or get something to play from Anheuser to land flat. So I'll use Tina as my basket target and really try and land something near her so she can catch it softly, because I don't want to rip one at her because that means I got a 100-footer behind the basket.
Right.
So I'm always really trying to kind of play the distance just the right amount so she can catch the disc, but also that applies whenever I'm trying to be good on my approaches, so I don't have to have that 50-foot comebacker. So that's a big focus of mine.
For me, when I first started playing catch, I really preferred to do it with my putters. And the main reason for me, I guess, is approaching. And I was having a really hard time approaching the basket softly, like Eric was saying. So just learning the angles and the power to get a disc where you want it, but not further, that's really the only way I could do it, and you can get the reps in, right? So if you're actually doing it at a basket, you throw it once, you go pick it up, you throw it, you pick it up. Obviously just having the ability to have it thrown back at you, cuts that time in half, so that's really helpful.
That's a really good point about catch, though, is that even if you're just doing approaches, but you can open it up with some of these, with the bite of the beetle, or like an ultimate disc, you can really start to stretch out your throws, so you can get some full power rips, and they come in, and once they get slow, and it's really easy to catch. So once you get kind of better and you have the space to work with, I would do that more on like an open field and on a day where it's not that windy, because these discs are very affected by the wind, so it forces you to be focused, but you can get some bigger throws and a lot of throws, and it can be even better than field work at times.
I agree. So if you're fairly new to disc golf, I feel like a very common feeling is being worried about where the disc is going to go when you release it. And I still remember my early days when I would not want to play catch with someone because I was afraid I was going to yank it or hit someone nearby, or you know, I just wouldn't have that control over the disc, and it would freak me out. I was just worried about where the disc was going to go because I never knew. But the only way to get past that is throwing more and more and more. And I would see all my friends playing catch, and I'd be so jealous because I just didn't have that control and I didn't have that confidence. So catch is one of those things, especially on the beach like this. You know, you're not around a lot of people. Pick a spot where you're not around a lot of people. Pick a friend that you can embarrass yourself in front of, that you can throw errant shots and not be too worried about it. And the more time you put in throwing these discs, not at full power, is going to teach you so much about how to control any disc at all. It doesn't matter then what you have in your hand. Your confidence and your comfortability, is that a word? Just how comfortable you are with a Frisbee in your hand is going to change dramatically. And even in my early days of being a pro, I still didn't have a lot of confidence throwing a disc slowly at a person. It would still freak me out. But Eric was one of the first people to make me play catch before we play a tournament round. We played catch together. My friend Erica and I too. If we're about to go play a tournament, we play catch together and work on our jump putts and our approaches and our Anheisers, and just 5 minutes of that can make a world of a difference. So I think working on just getting comfortable with discs in general, catch is one of the best things you can do.
One of the best things about catch is that you can start to work on some shots that you might not feel comfortable with. I think it is one of the best places to learn a controlled sidearm, to learn not to roll your wrist on a sidearm. These discs, if you put any angle on them, they hold that angle. So if you push it over on a sidearm, this thing is going to be a forehand roller. It's not going to really work. So you have to work that control, allow the disc to kind of fly for you, and it builds touch. Touch is probably one of the most important things you can work and have in the sport of disc golf. It'll save you a ton of strokes. There are times where we throw shots, you know, distance shots, but we need to have spin control and speed control, and it comes from, you know, understanding how to manipulate a disc, and we get a lot of that from playing catch. It helps you build from these slower speed discs like putters and catch discs to building to your mids, to building to your fairways, and eventually being able to apply some of those things to a distance driver. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be able to control a distance driver and have it sit super soft, because that's not what they're meant to do, right. But you're going to be able to get them to fly the angles and the lines from these techniques that you're learning while playing catch. I remember the same things that Tina mentioned before, that I wasn't very confident, but Simon Lizotte would always have me playing catch, and we would do big MTA shots and really work on that. So when you're out and you're playing catch, work all your angles, work in both sides of the wind, and change up the direction if you have the ability to, so you can get comfortable throwing an approach into a headwind, in a crosswind, in a tailwind, into, you know, a helping wind, and whatever comes your way, because you never know what you're going to have to face on the course. And another part is do stuff, you know, with your feet moving, and then also do stuff from a standstill. If you can kind of incorporate all these different parts to kind of give you more options whenever you are on the course to scramble, because sometimes you may be using something you've learned from playing catch just to pitch out of the woods to save some strokes.
Absolutely.
So you've got to be ready for everything, and you got to take as much time on that pitch out to get it right where you want it in the fairway as you would as you did on the tee and ended up in the shul. So it's just as important, and there's so many applications. And, you know, we mentioned it earlier, it's so much fun.
Yeah, we have a great time.
I think catch is probably one of the most fun things that I get to do with a Frisbee, and I always look forward to my next catch session. Just good times all together. Plus, this thing is crazy. This is a great catch disc, and I think
it's so fun.
This thing might actually have like utility on the course. It's a very unique feel. Like it'd be kind of like what some people use the bite for, but it's just so soft that you know it's not going to go anywhere. So I think that's the other part that I love, being able to try new discs. Getting comfortable with an ultimate disc, I think was something that took me a long time.
Me too, and I'm still not very good at it, but I keep trying.
Yes, so get comfortable. Break out of those places where you are feeling out of place, and just do what you can to really enjoy throwing a disc. That's kind of all we're here to do.
The last thing I want to mention is about your mindset. So for me, for instance, I can think of an exact moment when this helped me out. Actually, multiple of them. But I was playing catch with Erica before my round started, and I had this basket that was like had a drop off behind it, and in the tournament, it's a high stress situation, right? But then in my mind, I was able to literally just picture my friend Erica right there, and I imagined laying up my putter right at Erica's feet, and that little mindset switch and memory of throwing at Erica and doing a really good job at throwing at Erica was able to make that one really stressful throw a very simple, fun, easy throw to my friend in my mind. And I know that might sound a little crazy, but holy crap, it really works for me. Definitely like stressful shots like that on the course are one of the main things that I will end up with, higher strokes from. So if I can do anything to change that mindset, I do, and that is one of the things catch has really helped me with.
These 5 things are going to be why you should be playing catch. You're going to get better with spin control and speed control. You're going to get better at angle control. You're going to be able to get out and be comfortable throwing any disc. You're going to improve your mindset on the course because you're going to be able to relate more shots to things that you've had a lot of reps with. So it's going to make it a lot easier. And it's fun.
It's so fun.
It's really, really fun. So think about these things when you go and play catch. Think about these things next time you do anything. Go grab some of these discs.
And go play catch at a park, on the beach, anywhere you possibly can in your front yard, and have fun with it.
Enjoy it. And thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you guys check out all the stuff down below and all over the spots. InfiniteDisc.com, whalesax.com. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Remember these kind of 5 things when the next time you go out and play catch and are looking to play some disc golf. To remember that the catch.
Let's just start that over.